And we kept trying to tell y'all that Chrisean is a terrible fucking mother and y'all was just trying to have her back and give her so much sympathy. Allegedly, Chrisean's son's medical records got leaked. They're saying that he suffered from withdrawals from when he was pregnant, okay, because I know the baby wasn't doing it, so that means the mama was, and we all saw her smoking and drinking while she was pregnant, okay? The medical records are also saying allegedly that he suffered from fetal alcohol syndrome, meaning that he is being affected from what his mama did.
So allegedly, Chrisean Jr.'s medical records been leaked. I don't know how true it is, but it's saying that he got all type of stuff and how she was being neglected.
It's okay. Chrisean leaked her own medical records. You don't have to go try to figure out who leaked them or anything. She did. It's something mental really going on with that young lady and she really needs help, okay?
When folks saw Chrisean Rock's son back in the headlines, the reaction was instant. What church now? At this point, people thought they'd heard it all. But nope, this new leak, it had jaws dropping left and right. And now, Chrisean's getting dragged hard as people question her parenting like never before. Because seriously, what's worse than putting your own child through pain before he even gets a real shot at life? The files that just came out, they're from CPS, and they show something wild. Reports say there were not only traces of alcohol, but also drugs found in the little one's system. Yes, you heard that right, drugs. That's not even the worst of it. The documents also mention multiple times where Chrisean allegedly left her son in dangerous situations. One case that really shook people was when she reportedly left him alone at the beach at 3 a.m. just so she could hit a party. And then there's the detail about how the boy flinches whenever she lifts her hand like he's scared something bad is coming. That right there breaks hearts. This poor child, the situation's spiraling. And just when you think the Chrisean Rock drama can't get any more intense, another bombshell drops.
Sean's son's medical records leaking and everybody seeing and hearing about what's on them does not cancel her. I don't know what else at this point will. Like, somebody needs to get that little boy out of her care and get him out of her care quick. I tried to give Chrisean the benefit of the doubt because, you know, you're not always the best parent. Not everybody is the best parent, but they might be the best parent for that child. No, she's not the best parent at all. Like, seeing what's on these medical records is making me sick. Like, mind y'all, he didn't ask to be here and she did not have to have him.
And you're left wondering how this has been swept under the rug for so long. Now here's the kicker. There are still people out here defending Chrisean like she's done nothing wrong, standing firm, saying she doesn't owe anybody anything when it comes to her son. But let's be real, if even half of what's in those leaked files is legit, then Chrisean seriously needs to wake up and stop playing the victim.
And we kept trying to tell y'all that Chrisean is a terrible fucking mother and y'all was just trying to have her back and give her so much sympathy. Allegedly, Chrisean's son's medical records got leaked. They're saying that he suffered from withdrawals from when he was pregnant, okay, because I know the baby wasn't doing it, so that means the mama was, and we all saw her smoking and drinking while she was pregnant, okay? The medical records are also saying allegedly that he suffered from fetal alcohol syndrome, meaning that he is being affected from what his mama did, allegedly. Allegedly is saying that he also has a seizure disorder and is saying a few other things are contributing to the why he's 2 and he cannot walk yet. And even Yanti got on here. We've been trying to tell this girl to get help for her baby. She talking about pray for her. All the prayers in the world ain't gonna work if you're not taking that baby to go get help.
Because in this mess, she's not the one hurting the most. And while she's out here staying quiet about the whole thing, her own son might have already spoken the loudest without saying a word. People have been whispering for a while now that her son might be dealing with fetal alcohol syndrome because word is Chrisean never stopped drinking even while she was pregnant. But if you thought that was the worst of it, just wait. This next part takes it to a whole other level. It seems like Chrisean Rock might have crossed the wrong person again. Because now, what looks like leaked medical records have started surfacing online. And according to what's being passed around, those documents belong to Chrisean Rock Jr. What they claim that the baby is actually suffering from fetal alcohol syndrome. But that's just scratching the surface. Those same records also say Junior tested positive for illegal substances, stuff like nose candy and opioids, and that he was still battling serious side effects from withdrawal. Let that sink in. A baby going through withdrawal symptoms? And it doesn't stop there. The reports mention a whole list of conditions Junior's allegedly been facing. On top of the withdrawal effects, he's also said to be dealing with spasticity, seizure disorder, neonatal abstinence syndrome, and something called cortical visual impairment.
As bad as I would want this information that was just put out about Chrisean Jr. to be false, at some point I'm thinking it might be some type truth to it. Because you got to think, almost 2-year-old child is laying on his back. He's not mobile. So that means he's in diapers. So that means he's sitting. He's sitting in that. So can I believe there were maybe possible breakdown of the skin? I can believe that.
That last one, it's when damage to the brain messes with the ability to see. And yes, it's as serious as it sounds. And honestly, that might explain what so many people have been noticing. Some have pointed out how Junior doesn't always react to things around him, even food. So if this condition is real, it makes total sense why he doesn't light up or respond like most 2-year-olds do.
Like, honestly, I don't know why y'all even give these any type of attention whatsoever. We've never even seen Chrisean take Junior to the damn park. The park. And this is only a part of what we see during her entire day. Imagine what that boy gotta go through 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week with Chrisean, because y'all know she don't have no nanny, she don't have no caretaker, because she don't want anybody to know what Chrisean Jr. is going through. That he can't talk, he can squeak, he can't walk, he can't crawl. Like, what is actually going on?
The records go on to say that the baby has been under care from a whole team of specialists: neurology, cardiology, orthopedics, ophthalmology, you name it. That's a lot for anyone, let alone a toddler. But here's what really got people stunned. Another part of the leak allegedly shows that in private, Chrisean Rock admits to using both alcohol and nose candy during her pregnancy. That's the kind of confession that hits hard, especially when a child's life is the one at stake. So maybe she's starting to take some accountability, even if she's not saying it out loud. It's a heavy situation, and it's heartbreaking that Junior has to carry all this right at the beginning of his life. But now, people are pointing out that there's some proof he's been getting treatment from a whole team of specialists, which could be why CPS hasn't stepped in yet. Because let's be real, everybody's been asking the same question. How is this baby still in her care with all this evidence floating around? Here's the thing. By law, hospitals have to report it if they suspect a baby's been exposed to substances before birth, especially if multiple substances are involved. They don't play around with that. But just because a report gets filed doesn't always mean the baby gets taken right away. If that were the case, CPS would be overwhelmed. What usually happens is they assess the situation first. If they feel like the child is in real danger or the parent isn't fit to care for them, then they make that call to remove the child. But if the parent, in this case Chrisean Rock, shows signs of cooperating, starts getting help, and works to create a safe space for recovery, then CPS may allow her to keep custody. They'll still check in though, just to make sure everything stays on track. And honestly, from the outside, that kind of setup does make sense. But here's where it gets sketchy. People aren't just basing their concerns on rumors. They've seen how Chrisean moves in real time, and a lot of those moments haven't exactly screamed responsible parent. Like, remember that time she left her baby locked in the car while she was busy arguing on the phone with Blueface? That moment had the internet in shambles. Or how about all those times she was spotted holding the baby all wrong, like barely supporting his head when he was still an infant? And let's not forget that wild moment when she was reportedly at the beach partying and left her baby alone at 3 a.m. That one had fans furious.
Now what if a wave came up and washed him offshore and he drowned and he got unalived? All because you wanted to go to that party so bad you couldn't find a reliable arrangement, get him a babysitter so he can be properly cared for while you go out 3 a.m. in the morning to go party on the beach. Is it that serious? Some people are just not meant to have kids. I mean, like, I don't like to judge nobody parenting, but she just be doing, she do shit. And it's given like, it's all for clout. She want to be the buzz.
So yeah, even if she's working behind the scenes now, people haven't forgotten what they saw in plain sight. If you thought Chrisean leaving her baby unattended at 3 a.m. was the most reckless thing she's done, brace yourself, because this next part shocked everybody. During one of her recent live streams, viewers caught something that had people real uncomfortable. It wasn't just about what she said, it was about how Junior reacted to her. Right before she raised her hand, Chrisean looked at the camera and said, "Watch this." Then she lifted her arm, and right away, Junior started squirming like he was trying to get out of there fast. Now, while Chrisean just laughed it off, a bunch of viewers weren't laughing at all. Some started wondering if maybe Junior was having a seizure, especially considering the medical report that came out recently. But others said, nah, this looked more like fear than anything else, and the timing, too perfect to be random.
Watch this. Why you run like that? Why you run like that? Why you run like that? He like, hey.
One person even said, "I've heard people say it could have been a seizure, but the way she breathed in before raising her hand and the way he reacted, that wasn't a coincidence. That baby was scared." The moment she grabbed hold of him again, it only got worse. He started crying, flinching like he knew what was coming next. It was heartbreaking, and then she had to take him off camera to calm him down. But the damage was done. People had already seen enough. Some folks tried to give her the benefit of the doubt, saying maybe it was a medical episode, but others aren't buying it. They're saying, if this is how he acts when a hand goes up on camera, then what's happening behind the scenes? It's a scary thought, but it's one that's being asked all over social media. Because let's be honest, if this is what we're witnessing publicly, what about the stuff no one sees? A lot of people feel like Chrisean should have never been in this position in the first place. They say she was reckless during her pregnancy, constantly in drama, never showing signs she was ready to be a mom. And now, that medical report is haunting. A child needing help from over 10 different specialists? That's intense. And the streets are talking. They believe she never really wanted this baby. Some are even saying she resents him, especially since he didn't turn out to be the billionaire baby she was counting on. That's a heavy claim, but right now public opinion is turning darker by the day. Honestly, no one's surprised at this point. Chrisean seems to lash out when she's feeling angry, embarrassed, or like things aren't going her way, and sadly, her son might be the one catching the fallout. You can see how she treats people and even animals. There's a pattern. She tends to push around anyone she thinks won't fight back. And Junior, he's just a baby. He never stood a chance against that energy. A lot of folks online are saying it loud. She needs help and that child needs safety now. At this point, people aren't just angry, they're worried. The situation with Chrisean Rock and her son has gone from messy to downright alarming. And the more people dig into her past behavior, the more they start to piece things together, and it's not looking good. It's not just about what we've seen recently. Folks are going back and pulling up old clips, interviews, even behind-the-scenes moments where her attitude seemed off, especially when kids were around. There were times where she flat out said she wasn't ready for motherhood, and now it's starting to feel like she meant that with her whole chest. Social media is buzzing with people calling for intervention. They're saying, enough is enough. How many signs do we need before someone steps in for this child? Because let's be real, no child deserves to grow up in chaos, especially when it's all playing out in front of millions. And here's where things get even deeper. Some insiders are claiming that certain people around Chrisean have been enabling this. Not stopping her, not checking her behavior, not even speaking up when things clearly didn't look right. People are now pointing fingers at the whole circle, saying, it's not just her, it's the people who stayed silent too. Meanwhile, fans are still debating. Some say she's overwhelmed, others think she's just not built for the responsibility. But either way, the main focus is turning to Junior and what kind of future he'll have if things don't change soon. Because here's the truth, this little boy didn't ask to be born into all this drama. He deserves peace, he deserves love, and most of all, he deserves a chance to grow up healthy, safe, and free from all this noise. People are watching closely now, and the next move Chrisean makes, it could change everything. I'll be honest with you, I didn't even want to look through that baby's medical reports. Just reading through it felt heavy. And now, knowing what that child might be going through, it's heartbreaking. This isn't just drama anymore. It's deep, it's real life, and it's a lot to take in. But now the internet is buzzing. Is the medical report even real? Some people say it lines up too perfectly with everything we've seen. Others are still skeptical, wondering if it could have been faked or exaggerated. And that's where you come in. Drop your thoughts down in the comments. Do you think the leaked reports are legit, or is this just another wild twist in the non-stop Chrisean Rock drama? Let's talk about it down below because your opinions matter. And if you've made it this far, make sure to hit that like button. It helps more people see what's really going on. Subscribe if you haven't already, because trust me, this isn't the last time we'll be unpacking something wild in the world of celebrity chaos. And if you're feeling generous, go ahead and share this video with someone who needs the tea. We've got so much more to cover, and I'm just getting started. Now don't go anywhere, because the next video you see on your screen, that one's gonna take you even deeper into the mess. We're talking shady deals, secret beefs, and more behind-the-scenes tea that the celebs don't want you to know. So click that next video and keep the drama rolling. I'll catch you in the next one. Stay sharp, stay safe, and stay tuned. Bye, baddies!